Let's speak now to a former Turkish diplomat, Mehmet Ogutcu, who joins us now live from London. Mr. Ogutcu, first off, in the US, senators have triggered this global Magnitsky Act, which is now going to pressure Donald Trump to have to act. How does this work, particularly given US-Saudi relations?
Well, if this act will be mobilized and ignited by the senators, that's going to have very serious consequences for Saudi Arabia and also bilateral relationship between Trump and especially Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Because as you remember, probably this act was enacted back in 2012 to punish Russian officials who were responsible to kill a Russian tax accountant in a prison. And this was used in a couple of other cases as well, in Russia and other countries. So if this is going to be applied in, against Saudi Arabia, but for this, I think one has to clearly establish what really happened. As you also mentioned in your report, it's like a puzzle now. There are so many different leaks, gossips, and accusations. I personally believe that one shouldn't jump the gun, wait the investigation to evolve. Perhaps, I mean, as we are led to believe, he didn't die and he might appear somewhere else in Saudi Arabia or whatever. And
sure.
This act seems fishy a bit because, you know, you have the Saudis, Egyptians, and United Arab Emirates involved in daylight happening. So I think we need to establish clearly what really happened, and then we can speculate on how it's going to evolve. But in terms of US-Saudi relationship, it's already problematical. Although Trump gave his blank check to Mohammed bin Salman at the beginning in his first official visit abroad in 2017. But the deal that he signed and sold to US, $110 billion of arms and other contracts, and it's not working out as planned. Saudis are dragging their feet, and they also have special deals now with the Russians on S-400, as we are having, then Chinese. So the situation is not as bright as it was.
Well, Trump has actually come out and said that Trump has actually come out and said that he wouldn't want the situation to harm that deal, that arms sale deal. What benefit? We're going to avoid any sort of speculation. As you say, it's not exactly entirely clear what has happened. But what benefit does Saudi Arabia get from avoiding this question, from not being upfront about what has happened? Why do you think that Saudi Arabia is being so, I don't know what the word is, but not upfront about Jamal Khashoggi's whereabouts?
Well, the longer this crisis lingers on, it will be worse for Saudi Arabia because international pressure will be building up. It's not an ordinary Saudi citizen. It's an outspoken critic, a prominent family member, a US green card holder, and more importantly, from the US point of view and the senator's point of view, he's a columnist in Washington Post, a newspaper known to be for their investigative vigor, and they will not give this up. And there will be huge pressure on the White House to make sure that transparently whatever happened should come to light. Therefore, whatever happened that day in the Consulate General and why the whole army of intelligence officers in daylight flocked into Turkey, Istanbul, then went back. So this needs to be cleared. And there I think the Turkish authorities have a major responsibility because all eyes now are on Turkish security and judicial process because nobody else can do this. US said they are ready to support this investigation as well as others. Saudi Arabia already accepted the search in this Consulate General, but they kept delaying this. Probably they wanted to sweep the scene.
Thank you so much for that.
They already had the head of forensic.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Please continue.
I just want to highlight one point as well. The consular immunity is not like diplomatic immunity. So there are certain limits to that. Therefore, they cannot forever delay this process. But the issue will not be resolved only in the Consulate General. It's more political. It involves the capital cities as well, with serious geopolitical consequences.
Exactly. What I was going to say is that it's not exactly straightforward, even though it's not as you said, a diplomatic situation. Thank you so much for that. That is former Turkish diplomat Mehmet Ogutcu live from London.